Look around you, wherever you're at. What do you see?
It's my bank's main office in Tokyo. And Industrial Bank of Japan. Next to us, Fuji Bank. And also, for example, the Tokyo, Bank of Tokyo Mitsubishi there. Toyo Trust there. And Sumitomo Trust.
Join our civilization.
Look around you, wherever you're at. What do you see? Square. Everything is square. Look around you, wherever you're at. Lines are beginning to be placed everywhere. County lines, state lines, border lines. Look around you.
Look down.
Wherever you're at.
Look down.
It's a circle.
That fragile bubble of life.
After all, Mother Earth is Mother Earth. She's not divided.
Look down. Look down. That fragile bubble of life float on a sea of nothing. It just disappeared now.
I hate to mention names, but there are people going around all over the world saying that I'm the biggest, one of the famous spiritual leaders, you know. When it comes back down to you, just another human being, you know. Pair of eyes, pair of ears, arms, legs. The person gets hungry and gets sick or may get diarrhea. Anybody who steps on a banana peel would fall, you know. So we need to understand who we are and where we come from.
Not blind faith, but intelligent devotion. Why is everything impermanent? Reason why everything is impermanent, you know why? Because it's like that. Impermanent is the very nature of life. Always birth and death. The constant dance of birth and death. Now, death, as you know, is not our favorite subject. Something that we don't quite want to think about, but also at the same time, we can't quite avoid it either. Particularly in the modern world, as we do not look at life and death as a whole, we become very attached to this life and reject and deny death. As such, death becomes our ultimate fear, the last thing that we want to look at. In fact, actually, when you look into really, if you look into the fear of death, I often realize, you see, I often tease people, if you're worried about death, I said, don't worry, I can promise you that you will all die successfully. Memento mori, which means remember dying. Because if we remember dying, we might remember what life is or what living is. The fear of death is connected with the fear of ourselves. Because death is a mirror in which the true meaning of life is reflected. When you have to face death, you have to face yourself. You have to come to terms with yourself. The best time to prepare for death is now. Now, I could die at any moment. In fact, we could die at any moment. In fact, to die is very simple. You know, I'll show you. You breathe out.
The crisis is a crisis in consciousness, a crisis that cannot anymore accept the old norms, the old patterns, the ancient traditions, and considering what the world is now, with all the misery, conflict, destructive brutality, aggression, and so on. Man is still as he was. He's still brutal, violent, aggressive, acquisitive, competitive, and he has built a society along these lines.
The real revolution is the revolution of consciousness.
What we are trying during all these discussions and talks here is to see if we cannot radically bring about a transformation of the mind that depends on you and not somebody else. You've heard all this, you as a human being. Why don't you change? What prevents you? If each one of us asked that question, not verbally or merely intellectually as an entertainment, but ask that question more seriously and deeply, what's your answer? What's your answer to this problem that human beings have lived this way for millennia upon millennia? Why haven't they changed? Why haven't you, who are listening now, why haven't you changed? Fighting, fighting, fighting. Building up more and more armaments to destroy each other. Now, why don't you, if you are at all serious in this matter, why don't you ask yourself that question? Why am I, a human being who have been through all this, why haven't I changed? What would be your answer? Either you are not serious, you want to live a very, very superficial life, and that superficiality temporarily satisfies you, or you really don't care. As long as you have immediate pleasures, immediate satisfactions, you really don't care. You don't care for your children if they are murdered. If you really have no deep love, affection for them, if you had, you would prevent all wars. So apparently, none of these things mean anything to you.